Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and from this video I will start the ClickSense tutorial. I've been getting a lot of requests related to the ClickSense tutorial about posting some of the videos about how to do the stuff in ClickSense. So I thought of creating a tutorial. So I will be posting a lot of videos related to ClickSense. I hope you would find it useful, and if you would find, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe so that you can keep getting that information directly in your inbox. Alright, and don't forget to share them with your friends, colleagues who wants to learn ClickSense. Well, with that, let's see what is ClickSense. And as it says, it is a self-service BI tool and a platform for visual data analysis. But let me give you some other perspective. Well, if you are new on my channel, you will probably not aware about the other videos that I've posted, because I'm blogging it from past 5 years, from 2013, like mid of 2013 I believe, and I started with ClickView. That's like what we can say is either a father or a grandfather for ClickSense, because ClickView was one of those tools, which I found it very useful as compared to the other tools, and I was so much in love with that I even started doing the blogging about it, and that's how it all picked it up. And after 2 years, in 2015, I started hearing about the ClickSense, and initially it was not that mature and there were a lot of development going on, so I stayed a little bit. But now I think corporate have started adopting it. A lot of companies have started adopting it, and there are a lot of buzz around the ClickSense about what it is and how would you basically differentiate with the ClickView. Well, in that case, if you are looking at it from the comparison perspective, ClickSense, I would say, is more modern as compared to the ClickView. ClickSense has all the capabilities which you would usually find in the ClickView. We will see it in action. Definitely some of the things are new and some of the things are still in development for ClickSense. So sometimes it may be frustrating for you if you are transitioning from ClickView to ClickSense. But I would take it like this, that BI industry is getting advanced day by day, and ClickView probably was not serving the purpose of the self-service visualization tool, which is modern from the data visualization perspective and adoptable with which can show to corporates about some nice looking graphs, charts, which is in self-serviceable by nature. Well, that's, I would say, at a high level difference. Also, I would think like this as compared to Tableau, if you will. Tableau has been promoted as one of the best visualization tool, and I would not disagree with that, because for any new user who is not having any kind of programming background can still play around with it and get some basic stuff done within minutes. So it has been promoted as a self-service BI tool. It has been promoted as a most modern and advanced BI tool. So I think what Click is doing with the ClickSense is trying to compete with the Tableau in this area, where it is making ClickSense, so kind of making transition from ClickView to ClickSense and making it self-service BI tool. So a lot of theory about it, but I wanted to express this because a lot of you may have questions related to how I compare it when I compare it with Tableau, how it is when I compare it with the ClickView, how it is. So just trying to give you in a nutshell what the difference is. So what is ClickSense? I told you, but these are some highlighted points: self-service BI tool and platform for visual data analysis. Now, how does it work? Well, similar to ClickView, as I said, it is inheriting how ClickView works, because I see this picture in 2013 as well, where they were trying to make a case that this is how the historical traditional BI system works, where you need to make a selection to reach to a salesperson you just cannot reach to a salesperson. You need to first make a selection: region, then in state, then in product, then in salesperson. So you need to follow a hierarchy. But when it comes to either ClickView or ClickSense, you can go in any direction. You can directly select a salesperson and then select a state and then select a product, or maybe salesperson then product, or maybe first product then region. So it works in, what they say is, it works like your mind. Your mind can ask any question, and you start exploring the answer. So it doesn't really matter where the exploration starts. Click basically gives you this flexibility that you don't have to follow any hierarchy. You just keep doing the selection based on the question in your mind. Maybe the question is which salesperson has done the highest sales in the specific region or a specific country, a question like this. So it starts with a salesperson. You will have the sales metric, and then you will have some options which will give you the top sales, and then you will select the region, and so on and so forth. So question can start from anywhere, and that's where ClickSense or ClickView will really come into the picture, where they allow you to make the selection the way your mind wants. So that's how ClickSense work. And without further delaying, let me show you how you can get the ClickSense. So here we have the ClickSense, the website Click, www.click.com/us, and we have two options. We have free trial and try or buy. So if we click on the free trial or try or buy, it will take us to the same screen. So let's go here, and we have two options: ClickSense Cloud and ClickSense Desktop. Well, you can try it for free as long as you want, so no issues there. And you can, if you don't want to install it and want to use the cloud version for free, you can get it. So go ahead and click on the get a free account. Once you click on the get a free account, you need to fill up some of the information about yourself: password, job title, telephone, country. Enable this option and send the form. So when you send the form, your account creation link will be there or activation link will be there, from which you can follow the instruction and get your account created. And once you are done with all of this process, two options, you can come over here, login, ClickSense Cloud. It is available on the main screen. If I go back and show you over here, login, ClickSense Cloud, or you can, since you will be pro in coming days after watching these videos, and you will feel like you don't have to really follow this hierarchy, because that's not how Click works. So remember this, clickcloud.com. Once you click it over here, you will be presented to the ClickSense Cloud version, and it will have the login option, so through which you can start logging. So you don't have to really visit the Click website and create it. So I have already created my account, so I can just go ahead and log in. So let me just go ahead and log in into my account. And initially it will take some time, but for me it will not take that much time, because I have already logged in so many times earlier. And yeah, as you can see, it just takes a couple of seconds. So once we are in here, it's a very simple interface. Over here, it's kind of a home button that you can say. If you are anywhere, let's say over here, ClickSense Chart or Click Cloud Resources, all of on this screen, and you want to go back directly, you just click it over here, and you are here on the main screen where you are on your work, my work. So over here, I'll just show you a couple of things, like first of all, the information about what your applications, what your data files will be presented over here. Then you have my stream, where you have any published app. If you have worked and done the and finished the work on any of the application, then you can publish it. All the published app will come over here. And then if you have the ClickSense chart that you want to share with the others, as you can say, then manage your shared chart here. So these are like shared charts which you want to share with the other developers, so you can do that. When you are in the My Work, you have the options like creating a new app, importing the data, some of the settings which we will see in future, and sorting your apps and data files either alphabetically or by published date or by modified date. So with all of these options you can do that. And finally, what you have is the Qlik Cloud resources, where you have a lot of different application. In the next video, I will show you a sample application, which is Sales Discovery, through which we will learn some of the terminologies of the Qlik Sense selection. And then you have some videos about how you can connect to Salesforce Connector, your first app, all of these things. You can make use of it and get your learning even started from there as well. And here are some of the links to explore a demo app, which is nothing but will take you over here. Watch a short video, read a quick guide, create an app, share an app. And then you have option of Qlik Community, where you can ask questions if you have any problems. The Qlik Continuous Classroom for any training purposes, help, market, some of the options which we'll see in futures. And finally, explore Qlik Sense Cloud. So all of these options are available. You feel free to explore these, and you will find some lot of good information over there. But I just wanted to give you an overview about what the Qlik Sense Cloud is and how we can work in that. Well, in the next video, we will see about a sample application. We will learn about some of the selection methodologies, some of the terminologies about when you make a selection, what it is, and how different types of selections that you can make. So stay tuned for that, and don't forget to subscribe it so that you get all of that videos. And if you like this videos and enjoyed it, go ahead and hit the like button. Well, I'll meet you in the next video then. Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. And in this video, let's explore a sample Qlik Sense application. Alright, so here we are on the Qlik Cloud resources. And let's take any simple application. For example, let's take the sales performance pipeline, one of my favorite subject. So it will take some time, as you can see, to open up the application. And I think pretty much every time it takes a similar time whenever I have opened it. So I don't think it is doing any optimization. Probably it is doing some optimization, but I feel like every time it is taking the similar time. Alright, so when we open an application which is published, that's how it looks like. It has the information about the sales performance pipeline and productivity, some information about when the data was last loaded, when it was published to, and file name. And some description about this application drills into the details of sales quote and pipeline metrics. The user can discover how all the components of sales organization are performing. And if you go down, you see the three different sections. First is the sheets. Sheets are basically where you create your visualization and actually can see it afterwards. So you have introduction sheet, you have dashboard sheet, then you have performance and effectiveness, pipelines, quota, competitive analysis, opportunity details. So if you see kind of a structure you will visualize. So first it starts with introduction that has a high level dashboard, then it goes into its individual areas and drill down it. So that's kind of an example of how a standard Qlik Sense application should look like. It always starts with some information about how to interact with your application. So that's where the introduction is, some key definition about what are all the metrics, what are all the information that you are doing, then at a high level dashboard and executive dashboard which management can see, and then some metrics which within the department you may have different analysts or maybe somebody in the management team who want to look at there's specific information about somebody in quota team, somebody in the pipeline team, somebody at a very opportunity detail, maybe a sales rep may want to see it, so they can, or a sales manager can see it. So information is present for everyone, they just need to go in and drill down. So how you can see individual sheets? Well, you just need to go ahead and click on it, and this information will be populated over here. And as you can see, it has given the introduction, dashboard, given the definition, a small definition about each sheet, and some information about the charting over here. And if I need to move on to the next sheet, which is dashboard, then I have two options over here. So this is the first section where, as you can see, the name of the application is here. sales performance and pipeline. If I click over here, this is what it shows. We have already seen it earlier. And on the right side, it gives you the option to take help, stories, bookmarks, and finally the sheets. So either I can jump directly on any sheet, or I can use this next sheet option. So I click on the next sheet and the dashboard will be populated for me. So I can go step by step using these, or I can jump by coming over here and pick any sheet of my interest. Once I do that, I have some options, like as you can see, I have the options of selecting any region. If I click on country, I can select the country, I can select the competitor, I can select the sales rep, and all of this information will be populated for me. So for example, I am interested in China, and I'll just click over here, and all of this information, as you can see, very quickly is updated for me about what is the closed revenue, quota achievement, opportunities, and all. And what I selected is now present over here, and that's basically the second section over here. First section is some information about your higher level objects. Then what you do in these objects as part of the selection will present over here. So we selected the employee country China from here. This is now present here. If we want to go back, we can click over here and take a step back, as well as we can remove all of the selections by coming over here. So let's go ahead and click over here, and all of our selection, or we just made one selection, that has been removed. If we would have selected 3-4 things, for example, let's say if I would have selected APAC and China and maybe sales rep as Andres Nelson, and if I want to remove all of these, I will just go ahead and clear the selection. All of the 3 selection will be removed. And if I want to take a step-by-step approach, then I would have taken this step back. That's it. So that's basically the differences. If you come on the right hand side, you will find something like you can do a search. So for example, if I select, let's say, Andrew, it will give me all of the information about Andrew if it can find in the data source. So as you can see, it is doing a smart search done, and it has shown me these sales rep. It can find in customer name, it can find the Andrew. So it is now asking me what I need to select over here, and accordingly it will present the visualization for me. So if you're not interested here, because that's like too clumsy, but sometimes it's very helpful, because you may have thousands of products, and instead of selecting one product by searching it, maybe it is starting with P or maybe R, it's somewhere down the middle, you can just come over here and search it. After that, we have selections. So what it does, it finds all of the dimension fields and show you over here, which you can actually use to make the selection, right? So these are the things which is available for you for these 3 different sections. First section is the general information about the stories, the bookmarks. So probably I have not explained stories. So stories are nothing but something very specific, a message that you want to communicate. So for example, if a product sales is slowing down, then you may want to figure out the reason. And to figure out the reason, there is a story behind it. So what you may want to do is probably tell that story with the help of the data, that when it started, how it started down, maybe competitor giving the discounts, or maybe the product was not performing, it was having bugs, so on and so forth. You can collect all of those things and present a story which is again related to a very specific subject. That's where you need to create a story. So that's the basic idea about it. Bookmarks is something you have done some analysis by making some selections over here, and then you want to preserve that analysis for later use, or maybe to share with someone else. You will going to go ahead and use the bookmarks, and we have already seen the sheets, right? So this is the first section. In the next section, it's all about selections. The third section, this entire sheet, is all about how you do the how you create the different types of objects, whether it is a list object like this, and whether it is the charts and metrics like this. So that's very quickly about how the different components are within ClickSense app, specifically if I talk about in the sheet, and how you can interact with them. So I will meet you in the next video and talk more about these different charts and metrics and some more things about the selections. So stay tuned with that. Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. And in this video, let's talk about selections. So we touched a little bit about selections when we were covering this section of this sheet. And one of the ways we can make the selection is by just coming over here and selecting what do we want to select over here. So once we do the selection, we have the option of making selections that is related to the first selection that we are making. So that's basically a one way about how you can make the selection within ClickSense, but it is rich in making a selection. How? Let's do that. Let's see that. So second thing is about making a range selection. So for example, I am only interested in this 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I can do is I will just start dragging from there where I started and stopping it over here, right? And I will confirm that by clicking this. So I will make this range selection, right? So that is what I wanted to show you. Generally, you know, this information you will not find it in tutorials, but that's another way of making a selection, right? If I show you another way of making a selection, well, I'll just click over here, which is not a very efficient way in this case, but lasso tool. It is especially useful in cases like where you have scatter chart. But let me show you. I will just start this and start making kind of a selection. So if you see, I'm just making these 3 selections, right, and confirm that. So this is helpful in making the selection where you have these scatter charts. I'll basically see where my scatter chart is. I will just clear all of that, and let me see if we have created any scatter chart. Yeah, over here we created, but I don't know. It's kind of an image probably. All right. So that's the example of scatter chart, and here performance. All right, so over here I'll just click on this chart and this lasso is now enabled for me. I will just start doing the selection, and over here very custom selection, and make the selection, right? So this way it will show you the filtering of this data like this, and help you make the selection. So that's another way. If I go back and come to the dashboard, another way I can make the selection is, let's say top 10 opportunities, top 10 closed opportunities, all of that. Let's say I am only interested in Q1 2014, so I can just go ahead and click it over here. As I click it on Q1 2014, all of the rest of the charts are populated. But as you can see, there is not a lot of information because there are inside formulas which is not agreeing with the one particular selection. So I will just remove that. But mainly I wanted to show you that you can even select the label from here and make a selection. Even I can just go ahead and select this, and it will populate the rest of the charts or rest of the different charts. So these are like some of the ways in which you can make, and even if you have legends somewhere, you can even click on the legend. So pretty much everything which you see over here is selectable. It's just that with practice, you know, you can do the range selection, you can do the lasso, you can selection from here, from the chart. It's just that whatever question is coming in your mind, based on that, you can start making a selection, and ClickSense will help you to achieve that. So that's pretty much it. I wanted to talk about these different types of selections within ClickSense, and now I'll meet you in the new video topic. Hey guys, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will show you some of more information about the selections within the ClickSense dashboard. So for example, if I just go ahead and let me just close this. Let me just try to select it again. Maybe it's my connection which has been reset or something. So I just refreshed the app in the backend, and let me just try to make a selection again to present my case. Alright, now it's working fine. Alright, so when I make a selection, as you can see that over here it is green and it is gray. So green represents basically how many selections I have made out of entire selection. So that's why I have just made one selection out of these 4 selections. So only 25% of the area is covered, and rest of the area is gray because the rest of the selection is not related to this current selection. So that's a term you need to remember. Because Americas, EMEA and LATAM are not related to APAC, that means they are different territories. That's why they have been highlighted in gray, and that's why they have been presented over here also as gray. But if you come over here, you will see a difference that few of this information, which is like 30%, 40% over here, is in white and rest is in gray. So if I just come over here, and you will see that Australia, China, France, India, Japan, Thailand is all white. What it says is basically that related to APAC, these are the countries which within the data model which basically represent that it is related to APAC. So if I go and make a selection on India, it will make it. But if you see France, logically it doesn't make sense, but I think that's kind of a mistake that they have done in the backend. So India is what I will just make and make a selection, and over here we will see the different competitors. So entire information is in white, so that means all of these competitors are present in country which is India, and we can make a selection. So these are basically 3 different selection state which is present to us. One is basically a green state which indicates that a selection has been made. The white, the state which is represented by white background, reflects the related values that is related to the selection which we can further select, and then the gray, that means the values which is not related to the selection. So for example, if I come over here on the sales rep, all of these first 6 sales rep is related, but if I drag it down or if I go down, these are not related. So it tells us the entire picture. It tells us what we have selected, what is the other values which are related to the selection which we can further select, as well as what are those values which are not selected. And I find it really helpful in many cases. If for example, if I'm doing an auditing like this, right, over here France by default is coming under APAC, which it should not come because it should be a part of EMEA. The if you see this, Europe, Middle East and Africa. So France is technically should be a part of the France the EMEA. So these kind of auditing is something which you can do very easily with the help of the ClickSense. So not only in the selection, in the data auditing kind of scenarios, you can really use the ClickSense. But what I wanted to explain here is the 3 different states: the green, which reflects the selection state; white, which reflects the state which is related to the selection which we can further select; and then the gray, which reflects the selection which is not related to already made the selection. So these are the 3 states you should remember whenever you are working with this. If you will keep on working with it, it will be by default, you will remember that, but initially it will be good that you should know what are the 3 states, because sometimes even in the interview they may ask the question, what does the white state, or what does that state reflect where you get the values in the white? You know, those kind of questions can definitely come. So for a beginner, it's important that you remember that and use it whenever you are working with the dashboard or you are in an interview. So that's quickly I wanted to show you in this video, and now I will meet you in the new video with a new topic. Hey guys, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will tell you the ClickSense architecture. And as you can see here, we have three different layers within the ClickSense architecture at a high level. So first layer is the data access layer, second layer is the application layer, and third layer is the presentation layer. So first access, which is data access layer, and as the name suggests, is helpful in getting the data from various sources. For example, if you have a text delimited file or a CSV comma separated file or any Excel file or any database or cloud resources, even some big data like Hadoop, Cloudera and all, you can actually have the connectors, so you have these connectors available on the Qlik website, apart from the regular one like the Excel databases and all, and you can get data from these various sources to bring it in the ClickSense. So that's where first layer comes into the picture. Second layer is the application layer, where mostly your administrators and the data architects or people who are responsible for producing the right data modeling, which is kind of a heart for your ClickSense application, will gonna do the work, which requires a lot of scripting. So in the application layer, as I said, administrator will going to manage the application, and there is like QMC, which QlikView Management Console, which helps doing a lot of tasks like scheduling, publishing the application, and allowing the interaction for the end user by creating sessions and all. All of these tasks are kind of managed by the administrator, and those who are involved into scripting the data modeling are the data architect for the ClickSense. Application will going to work on the application layer specifically for data preparation for the front end. Now, the presentation layer, two types of users comes into the picture. First is your designers, who will going to design the presentation by creating different types of charts, metrics, filters, etc., which will be consumed by the end user, and that is your second type of user that will be accessing the presentation layer, because whatever designer is creating, that means charts, metrics, filters and all, will be consumed by the end user, and they will just look up the presentation layer and get access to all of those different types of charts. So that is at a high level a very high level your ClickSense architecture. I know there are a lot of different things if somebody wants to go deep down, but if you're just trying to understand from a developer point of view and not from the administrator point of view, because administrator will have to really go deep down into pretty much everything, right? Because they need to make sure that data access layer is working fine on the server, application layer is working fine, presentation layer is working fine. But as a developer, you just need to have an understanding about a superficial idea about what these three different layers are, because sometimes even in the interview somebody will ask the question. So at the high level, to give an answer within 2 minutes, you should know what are these three different layers, and at a high level what these basically do. So this is what basically I wanted to give you an idea about the three different layers which is present in the ClickSense, and we will be interacting a lot with all of three different layers, because we will be accessing the data, we will be creating the model, massaging the data and doing some ETL things, and finally we will prepare the presentation. So don't worry about it, we will access all of these three things and see it in action. So stay tuned for next videos, and if you like the video, well, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe the channel for getting all of these videos directly in your smartphone or in your email. Hey guys, welcome back to the next video, and in this video let me give you a quick overview of ClickSense Desktop. Alright, so let's see it in action. Here I have the ClickSense. If I go down, alright, here this is QlikView, this is ClickSense, and here I have the ClickSense Desktop. So let me click it over here. and as I click it over here, it is starting the ClickSense desktop, and it will ask me, if I'm not wrong, the username and password. So you have to have a login for that. And let's see it. Alright, it is taking some time, so let me pause. Alright, it has come. So username it is asking, and password. If you don't have, then go ahead and register it. Simply like any other registration you need to do. It's a simple registration. Okay, so I have, I think by this, login. If you want to remember, if you want click to remember your password, just click on the remember password, and probably don't, from the next time you don't have to enter the password, just hit on login if it is your personal computer. So that's what the screen you will get once you will first open the ClickSense desktop. So ClickSense desktop, welcome to ClickSense desktop, and create a new app, right? This is what we are going to do. So if you want this dialog box to show at startup, you may keep it as it is. If you don't want, then remove it. So I don't want it because I can do it by going inside into the ClickSense. So I have just removed it. So I'll just click close. Now the desktop interface, as you can see, is very simple. On the left hand side, it has the repository, my personal repository for work. And if you are kind of a cloud environment, then it may have a different types of repository, your own personal, your development, your production, all of those different things. Now you can hide it by clicking it over here. And on this main screen, as you can see, I have the different sample applications like consumer sales, executive dashboard, sales discovery, help desk management, tutorial, beginners tutorial, all of those things. So I think I have shown one of the application in the cloud environment. Again, if I just click it over here, it will be same as the cloud environment which we have explored earlier in the videos. There you must have seen the application name was coming here when it was last loaded, and down there you have the different sheet, and you can click on any of the sheet and it will open up the sheet for you. And over here, as you can see, consumer sales is open. So if I want, I can simply close it, right? So that's a very simple interface that has been given to you. There is no complexity. But if I come over here, here is an option to go to Click Cloud, an option to search. Suppose if you have 50-100 different applications, suppose you are a very busy developer and have a lot of applications, you can just go and search it. If you come over here on the menu, Dev Hub is present for those developers who are developing components into the ClickSense, and some extension development. Help and About, self-explanatory over here. If you come down, here is an option to create a new app. If you want to sort these applications alphabetically or with some other options, you can do that. Here also how you want to see these applications, like a grid view or a list view, you can do that. So that's a very simple interface that has been given to you by the ClickSense, and pretty much that's it. Yeah, apart from this last part which is getting started, it's nothing but the help. So help, you can get it from here as well as from here. All right, so that's pretty much it. A very quick overview of the ClickSense desktop, and in the next video we will start creating our application. Hey guys, welcome back to the next video, and let's start creating our application, right? So all excited, let's go ahead. To create an app, we have the option over here, create new app. So let's click it over here. It is asking us what is the name of my app. So in the background, I have sales related data which I will be using, a very simple data and very straightforward. There is nothing much to really understand about it, because it's some orders related to the sales, and showing different properties like how much discount, how much profit, by what ship mode, etc. you have done the sales. So let's explore that and give a name as sales, and let's create it. sales was successfully created, and over here, as you can see, this is our new app. So let's go ahead and open an app. And over here, the very first screen is asking us two options: adding data from files and other sources, script editor. So first thing is, definitely we want to add the data, and if we need to massage the data or transform the data into our required output format for our analysis need, we will use the script editor, but that is for our later videos. First, let's go ahead and add some files. So I just clicked it over there, and over here there are a lot of options, as you can see. So you have on left hand side manual entry, my computer, click data market, and then Amazon Redshift, and number of options. You can actually pause the video and read all of these things, but some of the important one, if I say, is Salesforce. We use a lot. Oracle, right? ODBC connection, SQL Server, Amazon Redshift gaining popularity every day, right? And rest of the others like Google BigQuery. All of these things are at our disposal that we can actually connect to and utilize it. All right, so what we will do is, for now, I will just select my computer, and in my computer it will ask me where the file is saved. So I will go in C, users, and on my desktop. So I'm just going there. Over here I should have the sales file. Yep, sales.xls. What I will do is, I will give you the link of the same file in the description, so you can watch it from there. So if I just click on the sales.xls, what it has given me is a very simple screen, where on the left hand side I have the information about the different sheets. I have order sheets, I have returns, the orders that have been returned, and some users in the third sheet. So I am right now only interested in the first sheet, so that's what it has been checked. If I need both the sheets, I can check returns, or if I need all the sheets, I will just check them. And by default it has sensed that it is a Excel format, and that's why it has populated it. Embedded field name is basically indicates that first row within the Excel file contains the field name. If it is like the second row or third row, we can change it from plus over here, and it will take the first row or the second row or the third row as the name of the fields. If I want to remove any of the columns, for example row number, I really don't need row number, right? So I can just uncheck this, and this will not be part of my application, right? And you have the option to basically go in and view the entire data, and we have other options like filters and all. So let me show that to you in a different video, but for now, over here, let's simply go ahead and add the data, and let's keep it very simple. So data loaded successfully in just 1 second. It was a very small data, I think not even like 10,000 rows. So pretty quick. Close. Now over here we are in the this app, and over here we have got these different fields. First option is let's get started with the insights, where you can search your data for field or concepts. So it generates some quick insights. Apart from that, if you see over here, this is the insight section, and this section is basically something about selection tools, the fields that are available for selection. So let's go ahead and see this. So what it has is basically your selections that you can make on. So for example, these fields like customer name, customer segment, discount are calculated, and so on and so forth. I can simply go in and drag it down. So in that case, if you need to see all of the fields which are there for you, you can actually come to this option, which is kind of all selection or selection tool for all of the filters that is available for you. So, and if I go back to quick insights, get started with the insights, let's generate some insight and see what it has to give us. So once we have just clicked on that, it has created some good visualization for us, and you can see all of these visualization are getting created automatically. So even if you are a new user and you are not at all aware about how I will going to create some sort of a chart, so you can simply click on this generate insights, and what it has done is order ID by sale. So which order ID has got the maximum sales, so it's in a sorted manner. Again, Pareto chart, kind of 80% of the sales are coming from the 20% of the products, so it applies that rule. And as you can see over here, these 4 categories are generating the most sales, and that's what it is indicating. And then you have sum of sales year to date by order date, right? And then sales broken by product category. Then you have broken by province, order priority, and all a different type of chart. Then overview of province by product subcategory and sum of sales. So these are like province like Ontario, Alberta, Quebec, Nova Scotia, all of these, British Columbia, looks like a Canadian one. So after that you have ship mode over ship date, sum of sales and profit, sum of unit price over ship date. All of these different dimensions it has identified, and the measures it has identified and given us. It's pretty interesting chart. Sum of profit and sum of sales for province, clearly indicating that this is the one which is really having the good profit as well as good sales, right? Similar chart over here, but with some sort of a conditional formatting, right? So this is what it has generated some insights for us. And if you are interested, we have the option of adding it to a sheet, to a my new sheet, or you can create a new sheet over here. So this is about a quick overview of your application creation. We explored this selection tool, and we generated some insights. And in the next video, let's talk further, and let's start creating some of our chart. Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and let's start exploring our newly created application by creating a new sheet. Alright, so I'm clicking over here, which is the application we created in the previous video, and here is the first screen that you will see after opening your application. And here by default, if you see, my new sheet has already been created, which we explored in the previous video. And on top you see the sales application and when it was created and the file location. So if you want to modify some of the information, you can come over here and click on edit and edit the title and the description if you want to add any description, and enable this or confirm the changes. Down there, if you see, there are some app options. So what it has is the appearance, right to left. It's basically disabled. It's nothing but if you are developing an application in a language which is starting from right and going to left, for example Arabic, then you can use this option. Also, you can change the theme, which is ClickSense Classic, ClickSense Focus, and Breeze. Background color related options that you can change, font color related option that you can set at the start. Yeah, if you want to change the image, so for example you are seeing these images, right? If you want to put it as a logo or your department specific logo, in such cases you can use this image or something that you have in mind for this particular application as a logo, that you can use it. And another thing I will tell you is a site from where you can actually get this thing, because I find it very helpful. So if I come over here and tell you this site, which is pixabay.com. so this is like an additional input I'm giving you, and here I get a lot of different images. I can just search with the something like analysis, and it will give me all of the different ideas. So I heavily utilize, for example, like this image or like this image, right? Gives some professional look to our application. So just additional information that you can reach to this site Pixabay. It's free, all of these images are free. Images which are not free is at the start, because these are sponsored images from Shutterstock. Alright, so let me go back. So from there you can actually get the image and put it here, and then you can have the image alignment, and once you are done, just click on this and come back. Alright, so after that you can create a sheet. But before I create a sheet, I will just tell you some information about this ribbon. And in this ribbon we have 3 options. First is sheet, self-explanatory. All of your sheets will be present here. If you have created any bookmarks, it will be present in the bookmarks tab over here. And if you have any stories or you want to create a new story, you can come over here and create a story, but it is for later use. On the right hand side, again the same option, create a new story, but if I change the option, it is not showing you any bookmark, because, and not even an option, because bookmarks can be created only within the sheets. So if I have the sheets, the option is create a new sheet. So 2 options, either come here or come here and create a sheet. So let's go ahead and create a sheet, right? I just click there and it is giving me the new sheet option. And let's give it like sales discovery and some description. Let's explore sales. Now if you see 2 things, the first thing is the image. Again, you can have the image for an entire application or for a specific sheet. Say for example, dashboard, you want to indicate it with a different image. Analysis, you want to indicate with a different image, or maybe for executive summary you want to have kind of an executive related image. All of that thing you can do it here, so highly customizable. Another thing, if you will observe, is the expression. So suppose that you want to have some long information in the description, and you want to have the calculated fields, like at the start you want to show kind of a quick summary for the executives, which takes the commentary as well as some calculated fields, like this is the sales for the current month compared to the previous month sales. So all those figures can be dynamic, and you can, within this expression editor, you can create that entire dynamic expression, so that whenever any executive or anybody who is opening it and needs that information, all that information will be present at the start. As you can see, you have the options here, all tables, field you want to choose, aggregation, and all of those things. Again, functions, variables that you can apply. We will see these things later in the videos, but I just wanted to give you an idea about what are all the flexibility that you have. Third thing is deleting the sheet. So here you can have the option of deleting a sheet. So for now I think I am good. So I just clicked outside, and this is the sales discovery, and 2 option. If I click here, it will open up the sheet. If I click here, it will open up this description, which I can further edit if I need. All right, so let's click on the upper side and it will open up the sheet for me, right? And right now we are in the kind of a presentation mode. So to go into the edit mode, we can come over here and click on edit. So as I clicked on edit, I have 4 different options, like fields, some master items, some charts, some custom objects, like, or add-ons. All right, here we have the option that we can select a particular table and get its related field, or even we can search it if there are like hundreds of fields. So for now what I'll do is stop here, because there is a lot too much that I have showed you, which you need to digest. So do an experiment within the sheets that you have, and I will meet you in the new video with some filters and all that we can create in this sheet. All right. Hello guys, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will show you how you can create the filters. So we are in the edit mode, as you can see, and we have the different fields, and to create a filter we need to go into the charts, and over here we need to have this filter pane dragged over here. So once we drag it, it asks us what dimensions we want as our filters. So let's click on this and get some dimensions, like customer segment. So here we have customer segment. Now if we want to add a couple of more filters, we can go back and click on, let's say if I go down and get order priority, and let's say I want to search. In this case, maybe order mode, or that was ship mode actually, I think ship mode, right? And maybe I want product, so let's say I want product category. So all of these fields are here. So let's click on done and see how it is coming in the front end. So over here, these fields are coming in order. So customer segment, order priority, ship mode, and product category. And if you want, let me go into edit mode. If you want that these fields values are something you want to hide, but you want to only display the name of the field, so what you can do is just press the Control Z, because yep, and just drag it up a little bit, and now you can see the values have been hidden and you just have the field names. And once you click on done, some of the fields are still coming, so let's go back and yeah, drag it. So now the values are not coming, but only the field name is coming. So if I click on customer segment and let's say I choose corporate and click it, here also you can see that how many selections I have made. Similarly over here, you can clearly see how many selections I have been made. So this is another efficient way about how you can show the filters. One is definitely that you want to show the filter as well as some of its value. Another way is you just show the filter name and keep all its value hidden. One other thing is let's say you do not want all of these filters in a horizontal row. So in that case, what you need to do is you need to keep creating the multiple filter pane. So for example, if I just go here and if I want to remove, I can click delete. So yeah, that's another thing, that if you want to remove any filter value and want to replace with something else, delete it and add it again. So I will just go ahead and delete it. So now I will just drag it up until here. Yeah. And I will take another filter pane and I will add another dimension, maybe ship mode. Alright, it's did not select it, so ship mode, and I will press equals to, I think it should do that. And let me, yeah, we need the bracket when you have the space between the values. Apply. Yeah, now it is coming fine. So you can still drag it, and if you want you can keep it like this, or if I want to show the value, you will drag these borders down and it will keep showing you the value. So let's click on done. So in this case, customer segment is not showing any value because we have dragged it up till here, but for ship mode you can see we are showing all of the values. So these are some of the properties that you can actually have it with your list box, or I keep saying list box because I had used it in the ClickView, but these are just the filter pane in the new ClickSense. So edit is here, and say for example you want to change any sort of sorting in case of multiple fields, you can come over here. And if you want to change the appearance as well, say for example you want to show the title and other related values, you can enable that, and you have the option of specifying title, subtitle, and footnote. So these are all the properties that you have that you can change and play around with it and get the desired output based on the settings given here in the ClickSense filter pane. So that's pretty much about it, the filters in this video, and I will meet you in the new video with a new topic. Hey guys, welcome back to the next video, and in this video we will see the selection states. So if you remember from the previous video, we had created two filters, which is customer segment and ship mode. Let's go ahead and create another one and add the dimension. So we had customer segment, shipping mode. Let's add product subcategory as it has a lot of different values, and let me create one more final one which has a lot of values called product names, right? A lot of values. So we are done with this. Now we are into the front end, and let's make a selection. So once we make a selection, now three things are happening here. One is that the value that we selected is highlighted in green, as you can see, and over here also it is showing you that something is selected, and consumer is highlighted over here. Similarly, if I select corporate, over here you can see what values I have chosen, but over here it is indicating now that 2 values out of 4 values have been indicated. So one thing which is happening is value which we are selecting is highlighted in green. Values which are not related to the selection in this case is highlighted in gray, right? So if I show you over here also, and if I go down quickly, sorry, I just select that. Let me go down quickly and see. There should be, yeah, there are values which are highlighted in gray, right? But if you see that this is a dark gray selection or highlight, and this is a light gray. So this dark gray basically indicates that these values are not at all related to consumer, and you cannot select that. If you select this, it will change the selection over here. So if I go ahead and select this, as you can see, it has changed the selection. So let me do the undo to step back. So this is a way I do the undo. All right. So let me go down again very quickly and show you the state, what it means. All right. So you can clearly compare now that based on this selection, this is dark gray and this is light gray and this is white. So as I mentioned, dark gray indicates that it is not at all related to the selection that we have made, and a light gray in this case indicates that it is allowed for the selection. So if I go ahead and select it, it will allows the selection and does not change the first selection. Now whatever is indicated in the white, we can further select, right? Say for example, I want to select chairs and chairmates. So over here, when I do the selection, a lot of values are changed here. And if I select over here like this, it will allow me to select it. And similarly, it is a light gray section over here, which indicates that I can further select any of the value. Apart from this, I have option over here which says select all, select alternative, select excluded, as well as select possible. Select possible is not highlighted because there is right now no value. I just by mistake click on the cancel. So let me take a step back. Or alright, I may need to do the selection again. So I just randomly selected like this and made one selection and just incorrectly pressed over here cancel selection. That's why all the selection were removed. Alright, so what I was explaining is these values, which is select all. If I click on this, it will select all the values. And if I go step back and come over here, apart from this, I have select possible. It will be highlighted only in the case where we have the values in the white background. So if I just cancel this and cancel the name of selection over here, and I come over here, now select possible is enabled, which indicates that I can select all of these possible values. Possible means values which are highlighted with the white background. So it will select all the values, so you don't have to manually select one by one. Alright, so I cancel it. Apart from this, I have the select alternative method, which you remember, if I select this, now this is enabled. So what it means is those alternative values which are not highlighted, it will select that, but not this one, right? And the last option is the select excluded, which basically exclude these values which have been excluded it earlier. So these are these different states and different options that is present with every filter. You just need to do a selection on the filter name and it will be present to you and you can make use of it.